Hey, so I just arrived at school. It's 7:46 in the morning, and just gonna practice my speech like I always do in this channel. So today the subject is 3 reasons why you need to watch 1917. If you don't know 1917, it's a movie that you could watch on Netflix, and it's basically about two people's mission during World War One. But I'm very picky when it comes to movies. There's only two movies that I suggest people watch, and that's Gladiator and Bedazzled, and everything else, there's other movies that are okay and are decent, but there's none that I would suggest people watch other than those two. Unless I know a movie that's really fitting with their personality and I'm like, oh yeah, you would actually absolutely love this movie. But no, 1917, Bedazzled, and Gladiator, just all movies I suggest to everyone. So, the first reason why I think you should watch 1917 is because it's just a great example of following the plan and not your feelings, which I'm a big believer in. And no, I'm not a believer in, you should just bottle up all your emotions until you eventually unalive yourself. That's not what I'm saying. It's just, let's say you have some work to do, but you don't feel like doing it. I think that you should, do the work first, and then maybe at the end of the day, when you're journaling, or when you're reading, or when you're talking to, a fellow, your brethren, or your friend, or someone like that, then you should address your feelings. But when you have a mission to do, I think you need to address the mission first. And this is just an absolutely amazing example of that. Also, the title sounds absolutely cringe, but if you've read the book, it's a good book. But it's called Way of the Superior Man. And they actually talk about, the importance of, a man being on their mission and what it does for not only himself, how it's fulfilling and purposeful for him, but also that's how sorry, I just don't want to get canceled right now, but a lot of great things have been created from men being on their missions. I was saying I don't want to get canceled, but I was about to mention Elon Musk. I forgot, I was going to use him. Elon Musk was on his mission. Now people drive Teslas, but no, I guess he's not done everything well, according to the media. I'm not really up to date on that. But what's a great example? Well, whoever first invented cars, I don't know who that is. I'm not a big car person. But yeah, no, I'm sure they were people were or the guy who invented cars said, oh, I have an idea for something being on 4 wheels that you could drive, and people were like, oh, you're a dumbass. But he dedicated himself to creating a car, and now we all drive cars. I guess I didn't make that point as good as I wanted to, but I think the people watching this will get my message. Second reason is just, you've probably heard the quote, birds of a feather flock together, or you're a combination of the 5 closest people. And I'm a very big believer in that. And I think anyone who isn't is a little bit, not ignorant, but they just can't observe what's around them. You look at a group of 5 people, usually they're dressed similar, they talk similar, they have similar interests. At least when you're on a college campus, if you see a group of 5 dudes and 3 of them are frat boys, probably the other 2 are frat boys. Or if you see a group of 5 dudes that go and 3 of them go to the gym, probably the other 2 go to the gym. So yeah, I'm a big believer in that. That's why I think choosing your friends is very important. It's not like I came up with that myself. It's just literally every single book on self-development, they'll at least have 1 chapter on why your friends are important. But I have heard, and I'm a believer in this too, that the people you surround yourself with in fiction, whether that's a book you're reading or, a movie, they have an effect on you too. You probably noticed that if you have a friend that watches a lot of romance animes, he'll kind of start to act, and if you ask him for relationship advice, he'll give you advice based on the romance animes he watches, or if you have a friend that watches shonen animes, and I go to him and complain, oh dude, I'm sore fucking about just practice, Muay Thai practice, he'll probably be like, oh, your main character shit, this is your training arc, blah 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 blah. Versus if I went to the guy who watches the romance animes, he'll be like, you need to take time for yourself, the girl you love. Like, he'll probably say something that I wouldn't personally agree with. So yeah, no, I think fiction has an effect on you too. And I'm not crazy, I know it's fiction, they're not real characters, but it's just the idea of someone, like the idea being exposed to your brain, I think has an effect on people. And yeah, in this, if you watch 1917, your brain will be exposed to the idea of someone making hard decisions, someone following the plan and not his feelings, someone like persevering. Like, your brain will just be exposed to that idea and hopefully have an effect on you in real life. And also, I'm a big believer in visualization, not because I'm smart enough to know the importance, but my coach in high school, he would always say it's important to tour the campuses, or test drive a car, just so you could see how you feel when you're driving it, and pretend like you actually go to that college or you actually own that car, because that helps you become a better, align your life to, it lets you have a taste of it, so that you work a little bit extra hard. And also, just notice, with the test car example, notice if you did own that car and you were driving it, what's different about you. Do you speak more clearly to people? Are you a little bit less insecure? And then when you get out of the car, test driving car, apply it to how it is right then and there. Just try and be how you were when you did own the car a couple seconds ago, or did own the car. I hope, again, didn't explain that one the best. I hope you guys know what I was talking about. Last thing is just, this one isn't as important, but it's just the cinematography. I go to CSULB. This is where Steven Spielberg went, so I have a few friends that are film majors, and they cream at good cinematography. And yeah, this would definitely be one of the movies. It's cool they did it all in one shot, or it's portrayed to be all in one shot, there's no cuts. So this video, so it looks, I think they did it so it feels like you're actually there with them, and it does actually feel like that. And not only that, it's just a very well put together story. The actors, I'm not gonna pretend I'm a good film analysis person. I'm a marketing major, and I have an interest in I don't say kinesiology, but physical training. So yeah, film is not my forte, but I think the acting was good. I think it was portrayed very well. I did watch a video essay on it from a World War I expert, and apparently it wasn't the most historically accurate thing in some cases. I forgot what he said. Actually, no, that was All Quiet on the Western Front. Apparently, there's things that was the other movie, but when the other movie was using flamethrowers, apparently they wouldn't use flamethrowers for that exact situation. And there's some other little stuff like that. And also that I might have been thinking of another movie, but I'm not sure how historically accurate this one was too. But yeah, I could just say it was a great movie, and if you have a little bit of trust in me, I promise, I don't know, not even you'll enjoy it. You will enjoy it, but also perhaps you will get motivated by it or be positively influenced by it. Anyways, check the movie out. Again, this is my channel where I try to get better at speaking to a camera. My main channel is for helping athletes bulk up. So yeah, check my main channel out if you have a chance. But thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.